was 12 when I learned silence could rhyme. Pressed shaking letters into borrowed time. Classroom noise, but my head stayed loud, so I hid in the lines I wasn't allowed. Notebook pages torn at the seam held things no child should ever have seen. Secrets too heavy to say out loud, so I buried them deep where the words were allowed. I wrote in code so nobody knew how the nights felt longer than they should do. How I folded myself into smaller parts just to quiet the noise in my chest and my heart. And something started living between every line. Not quite a voice, but it sounded like mine. It traced my handwriting thin and precise. Said, this is control, this is how you survive. So I write like it's keeping me alive, bleeding all the chaos from inside my mind. If I turn it into poetry, maybe I'll be alright. Maybe I can hold myself together tonight. But there's a shadow in the shape of every line, calling itself comfort while it tightens the ties. And I don't know where I end and it starts. Just a kid with a pen and a war in her heart. 13, the paper knew too much. Ink-stained fingers I gripped too tight. Every stanza a place I could disappear. Every poem a way to get out of here. They said I was quiet, said I was mature, but quiet was just how I learned to endure. I wrote about shrinking, about vanishing slow, about taking up less so nobody would know. And the voice in the margins started to grow, measuring worth in the lines I wrote, turning my pain into something precise, teaching me hunger could feel like advice. So I write like it's keeping me alive, folding all the damage into structured lines. If I turn it into poetry, maybe it won't bite. Maybe I can hold myself together tonight. But there's a shadow in the shape of every line, calling itself comfort while it sharpens the knife. And I don't know where I end and it starts. Just a kid with a pen and a war in her heart. Now I'm older, but the pages still bleed the same. Different handwriting, same familiar name. I tried to burn the notebooks, tried to let it go, but the ashes still spell out what I didn't know. They spell out nights I never said out loud, the way I learned to disappear in a crowd. How poetry stitched up what broke at 12, while Anna kept teaching me to erase myself. Every line just a quieter cry for help, every metaphor hiding something else. I wrote to survive what I couldn't undo, but survival started